He wasn't nominated, but he was invited to perform. Can you imagine the audacity of being like, oh well, no, your songs weren't good enough, but can you please perform at the Grammys this year though? Still, I know these bitches scared, yeah, soaking in the wine, but they. Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kange. I do music, I love music, I do everything surrounding music. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. I've been slowly running out of ideas to do for my YouTube channel that concern music other than dropping a song. So today I'm gonna do something a bit different. I'm gonna embrace my full YouTuber essence. Right, I have been going down the YouTube rabbit hole of the commentary community and decided this would be easy just to talk about my opinions and topics on the music industry, and just wanting to discuss them with you. If you have any points or anything to add to that, the comment section is free. I've got my screen recording up. This is the third time I've tried to film it. I want to talk about the Grammys 2021 and because wow, I really didn't notice that it was going on. I mean, the only time I heard about it was probably back in November when they announced the nominees, and we saw that The Weeknd with his album After Hours wasn't nominated. Yeah, it was After Hours. Don't second guess yourself. You are correct. With this banger of an album, which I'm pretty sure it had at least three singles off of it that kind of made the charts, if I'm not mistaken, it wasn't nominated. He wasn't nominated. And so then I think some previous allegations against the Grammys nominee committee came up about how there was this president, and then she called out how their voting process was shady, basically, and then they decided to fire her, I guess, or she had to step down. But we all know what that means when they have to step down. Grammys was like 2 weekends ago, or was it last weekend? I really don't know this stuff. I live under a rock because I decided to prioritize a certain information I get in my life. So I don't really look at pop culture news unless it's so big that everyone's talking about it. I don't really follow the trends. I have a hard time keeping up with trends. Like, I think they're cool, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do that, and then I just don't do it because I don't know, just chasing trends like that just seems so tiring to me. And if I happen to do it naturally, then good for me. But if not, it's hard. I don't know, it's hard. Getting back to the Grammys, right? As we know, Record of the Year went to Everything I Wanted by Billie Eilish. It was up against some tough competition, I guess. You have Rockstar, Say So, Don't Start Now, Circles, and Savage. I mean, you know what? Good for Billie Eilish. I don't really have any opinions. I can see why Billie Eilish would have won, but I'm just saying that there was other people that maybe could have won that, deserved more. Like Don't Start Now by Dua. I'm gonna be mentioning Dua Lipa a lot because I really think she changed from her last album. That 80s vibe that she brought way back and was like boom, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, and you also have Black Parade by Beyonce. But Beyonce's won so many Grammys at this point, it's just like, you really, like, we know she's great, she doesn't need another one, you know what I mean? Bon appetit. Let's look at Album of the Year next. Winner was Taylor Swift. How? Seriously? I mean, to be fair, I haven't listened to the album, so I can't tell you for sure how good it sounds musically. And maybe I should have listened to some of these songs before. Ain't nobody really got time for that. I just feel like Folklore by Taylor Swift, I don't know if she deserved totally the win on this one, Album of the Year. And I know she's been going through a lot, but it's just that I feel like not many songs of that album blew up. Okay, not that that's like a statement on how you should choose the winners of the year, but I mean, right, isn't the Grammys to like award like a musical excellence? And what says there's musical excellence than really popular songs? But we have really popular TikTok songs as well that don't really deserve to win like Grammys yet, I guess. But Album of the Year, I mean, she was up against Hollywood's Bleeding, Future Nostalgia, D. Jessie. I mean, I don't really know the other albums, but I'm sure they were pretty good too. I just feel like when you see Folklore winner, then how are they deciding Album of the Year? Is it by the engineering? Is it by the mixing? Like people are saying, they need to be more transparent with their voting and nomination process, because yeah, how are we supposed to feel confident in their choice that Folklore was Album of the Year? And if they're deciding it musically, I feel like they should have an explanation for why they chose which ones. And I mean, for years everyone's just clapped and accepted it, but I think people are starting to question that now. How are you choosing these artists? Because I feel like it should have been at least between Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa and Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone. But that's just my opinion. Right, song of the year, you have Black Parade, The Box, Cardigan, Circles, Don't Start Now, Everything I Wanted, I Can't Breathe, If the World Was Ending. Every time I see Black Parade, I think of BTS. That's why I brush over it, because I don't really listen to K-pop. Okay, I guess I heard a little bit of I Can't Breathe, but I feel like the Grammys were like, oh, that we have all these past allegations about us and our voting process being racist. So hey, let's give the song of the year to a song that was relevant to the year and to the problems going on in the world. I feel like that was a kind of a consolation. Grammy, I felt like it was their way of trying to show people, say, hey, look, we're not that bad. We support the Black Lives Matter movement.
Not to be racist or anything.
And we want to give a Grammy to a song that has impacted that movement. You look kind of... looks kind of sus to me. I don't know about that. I guess because, I mean, look at The Box was a huge song. The Box, wow. Best New Artist, the Best New Artist category. These people, right? They're not new. They've been around for ages, I feel like. But I don't really know Ingress, Andress, or Phoebe Bridgers. But Megan Thee Stallion is a new artist. And like I said before, I live under a rock, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe she's kind of new. I guess she blew up really this year, 2020.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
But K Trinata, Doja Cat, D-Smoke, Noah Cyrus, Chica, they've been around for ages. Well, ages. I think Doja Cat was nominated last year as well as D-Smoke and Noah Cyrus. So I feel like there were better people that they could have, like I'm talking directly to the Grammys. Yeah, this is my opinion, guys. You should really listen to me.
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
There was a lot of new artists this year, especially because of TikTok. And I'm not saying the one-off timers, the one that blew up off of one song, but the people that stuck around after that one blew up and then dropped new projects after another, that deserve to be in that category a lot more, because we've heard these people before. They're not new. Best pop duo group performance. When I first did this video, I initially glossed over this little thing here. I absolutely hated this song. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't like it at all. It felt kind of old and tired and done before. And that's an interesting collaboration, Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande. I didn't really think they would ever do that. I was actually kind of surprised when I saw the collaboration. I don't know, I feel like their sounds are kind of different. Like Lady Gaga veers more towards like the dance and techno world, and Ariana Grande is more like R&B and pop with hip-hop. So I thought that would be an interesting thing to see what they could do. When I clicked on the video, I was gutted. I didn't like it at all. I was mad even. I'm not sure, but that song got me mad. I was like, this is not a song. But best pop vocal album, Future Nostalgia winner. Yeah, I can agree with that. John Legend released something this year. See, this is what I'm saying. I don't know these stuff. I guess best rap performance. I mean, but Jack Harlow only blew up in like July, and he was nominated with What's Poppin', which, by the way, people mostly preferred the remix of it, if I'm not mistaken. But see, if someone like Jack Harlow can get nominated, then why wasn't The Weeknd nominated? That's the whole question. So I watched the Grammys live a couple of years ago with one of my flatmates in uni, and we stayed up all night to just jumping from live stream to watch it live. There's so many categories of people that you have never heard before. And see, the thing is, so they, with record of the year, they would lump in rap, country. I think they lump in rap. They just, from my knowledge, most of the winners of record of the year have gone to pop, rap, or country albums. So rock and all of those sub genres never really make it into record of the year. I realized, or album of the year, for example. It's just a point I wanted to note out. Like, I don't know when the Grammys became the symbol of musical excellence, but music is subjective, so it's very hard to really just choose who did this the best or whose song was better than what song, especially since each song is from different categories, I actually just don't know why we still have the Grammys. We should have another award. If we are going to judge musical excellence, then it should be on the basis of lyrics, songwriting, the recording and the mastering, and then plus the musical creativity. That's what it should be judged on, not just people being like, oh hey, this sounds good, let's add this to the list. I don't know how they vote. I mean, who is even voting? Is it big time musicians? Because if the committee was filled with Lionel Richie and Stevie Wonder and Snoop Dogg, it would make more sense. Hold on, let's go see who's on the committee. So what, they have a page, a diversity and inclusion committee. See, I just don't like when big corporations, Netflix do it as well.
Fight me. Square up.
They just bathe their stuff in like I mean, it's good, but it's like they're doing it purposely to kind of put it forward and be like, see, we don't discriminate against minorities. We love everyone. I don't. It's the same way universities have on their brochures like a bunch of like white kids smiling, and then they'll have like 2 or 3 like 1 or 2 black people. Hold on, I have the exact thing that can demonstrate this perfectly. I'm talking about something like this. Can you see that? Yeah, this really, that's one of my pet peeves. Really grab my gears. I don't like that. I'm not bothered to see who's on the committee, but all I know is Luke Savage isn't a real name. Savage. And we should have musicians on award show for musicians, okay? Unless there are musicians and I'm wrong, but I feel like you would have people with more of a standing. Oh, I finally found like the Grammy stuff, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't know if any of these people have actually been in like musicians or been in that situation. I really don't know. Where are your credentials? Either way, the Grammys are not one of my goals anymore, and if I did get invited to Grammys, I would probably highly consider it, but then I probably wouldn't go. Psych! Yeah, basically the Grammys suck, and look, you can even tell by the numbers. There were 8.8 million viewers this year for the Grammys. That's a 53% drop compared to last year's show when they had 18.7 million viewers, and I was not part of those viewers. Even without the pandemic, I still think the numbers would have dropped because of the allegations surrounding the Grammys, and I think they betrayed a lot of people by not nominating The Weeknd for his album performance, at least in one of the categories. I think that made people really mad and question the need for even a Grammy. And as you saw, like a lot of artists boycotted the Grammys this year, including The Weeknd, of course. He wasn't nominated, but he was invited to perform. Can you imagine the audacity of being like, oh well, no, your songs weren't good enough, but can you please perform at the Grammys this year though? Still,
this bitch had the audacity.
Anyway, that's enough about me talking about the Grammys. I rambled on way more than I did the first time I recorded this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you didn't learn anything, I hope at least it made you laugh a little bit. I have a new song coming out next week called I Can't Take It Anymore, and I have a new song coming out on the 16th of April. If you want to stay up to date on all things that is me and my music, you can follow me on Instagram or follow my Spotify. They'll both be linked down below. I hope to see you around more. Stay safe, stay cool, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye. You know you can come my way. Talk to me anytime.